Hello everyone, my name is Anthony, and this video is going to be highly awkward and embarrassing for several reasons. For most of you who are watching this video, who are seeing it, who have hopefully decided to listen to it, this will be the first time you are aware of the fact that I actually have a YouTube channel. This is the first time I have ever made public to a large group of my friends or colleagues that I have dabbled in the art of YouTubing, so to speak. There are several reasons for that. First of all, well, let's go back. Let's go take a little brief jaunt down memory lane. I had the idea to start a YouTube channel for two reasons. One, I genuinely thought the idea of recording, playing video games with friends, capturing those ridiculous, dumb, stupid things that happen in games, stupid jokes, that honestly was a huge motivator into starting it, because I thought I had a lot of fun with the people I played games with. I wanted to share that with people, and if people watched it, great. If they didn't watch it, great. I didn't really care. So I started posting stuff to YouTube. I also dabbled in the whole solo play, talk about the game, commentate on the game, and that is where I think my failure was. And what I mean by that is, if you go back, if you are so interested to go back through my video catalog, you'll see that there's a lot of content from a game called World of Warships, where I'm trying to narrate the games I'm playing either in real time or in post, after action, commentating over the replay of the game. That's not too bad. It's when I started copying what I was seeing on other channels, where you'd have someone reviewing the ships that were coming out. At the time, the game had just launched new ships, I believe Russian destroyers and German cruisers. And I was making a short series, kind of following along and learning how to play those ships. There was also a couple series following, I won't get into the details, but a type of battle called Ranked Battles in World of Warships that got a little bit of attention just because, there were buzzwords of, ranked battles and, in the video description. I started to learn how to market my YouTube video just to get better views, tag the video with what it is, tag the game, all that fun stuff. And that was the turning point where I started to overthink the process. I started to overanalyze everything. I started to think more about what would get people to watch as opposed to what I would enjoy making for people. So it started to get very, I don't want to say not fun, because it was still fun to play the games and have the ridiculous moments with Blake and Zach, History Guy and Gold River, respectively, in games like Heroes and Generals, Siege, stuff like that. But I found myself playing not 100% just to play with them, but about 60% to play with them, 40% because I wanted something to record so that I had a project to work on, and ultimately about 50% of the time I would be unsatisfied because I didn't feel I was being genuine, because I was thinking about the video, not about just relaxing and having fun. So I kind of burned myself out by overthinking it, and there were a couple other big projects they didn't work out, and it kind of bummed me out, and it stressed me out, and I stopped doing it. Fast forward a year, I tried to start up again. Same thing happened because I overthought it, rushed into it, at 110% and didn't enjoy what I was doing. And fast forward another year and a half, and we're here, where I've decided that I'm gonna continue with doing these videos. And the reason why is because I want to do something in my spare time that's a little fun and creative. Some of you may know me and know that I'm involved with things like the scouting program and other stuff like that, but I also want to do something that's a little more personal and that's a little more creative and fun. I do like editing videos, putting weird music behind them. It is something that, as I learned it, I realized I actually kind of liked doing it. So much so that a few years ago I was asked by a good friend and his son to help with his son's eco project, and I'll talk about that more in the future when it becomes relevant to do so. But moving on to today, what's the whole point? What's the whole point of the last 5 minutes of discussion? The whole point of it is I'm going to start posting videos again. And truth be told, I don't expect anyone to watch them. And what I mean by that is I obviously want people to watch them. I want, a recognition for my work, because who doesn't want recognition for what they do and to feel important? That's like half of human existence. But more importantly, I want to just have an outlet. Just have something that if I am bored or stressed or something, I can go, you know what? I want to sit down and spend 30, 40 minutes editing this video. Or I want to do something dumb in this game. Or play this game and see if people like it. Or just whatever, just have an outlet for whatever's going on. Now, I am going to hold myself to a small schedule. I'm going to try, bare minimum, to make and post one video a week. In fact, I'm going to try to limit myself to one, maybe 2 videos per week. Now, the hard part about this is I am in a living situation where I have basically no internet. What I mean by that is I have no internet to the building I live in. There's no internet to the property I live on. I rent a guest house from some friends. There's no internet. I use AT&T mobile hotspot data from my phone as internet. And it used to work perfectly, but then, AT&T's garbage. And what'll happen is I'll get the 15 gigs a month unlimited go for it data. Once I hit that 15 gigabyte limit, 15 gigabyte limit, it gets throttled down to the point where it's basically unusable. And when I say unusable, I mean, it'll connect and be a hotspot, but I'm getting maybe 1 megabyte per second. Maybe at the best 10, which means it takes 8 days to download 3 gigs of stuff. So there's no ability to update games, download new games, play online, upload, download, anything for any reason. So it's kind of a pain in the butt, which makes the whole upload schedule a pain in the butt, but I'm working on ways to get around that. What type of games and content will I make? I'm going to be honest. It's not the mainstream Fortnite, League of Legends, insert other popular video game here. It's going to be things that I enjoy mostly, because that's the failure I had in my first few sets of videos. I really did like World of Warships. That was a success. I liked most of those videos I did when I wasn't overthinking stuff. And you can tell which videos those are, because they're the ones where I sound genuinely like I'm having fun. War Thunder is another one that I felt if I had more time to practice and develop the format, I would have enjoyed it more as well. But things like, I'll be perfectly honest, and I know you're probably watching, Gold River, aka Zach, did not like Siege. I have videos on Siege, and I don't mean I didn't like Siege like I didn't have fun with Blake and Zach. What I mean by that is, I was not good at Siege online, which is 90% of that game. I could only get so much enjoyment out of it. I got it because it was popular at the time. My friends were playing it. And I don't want to sound like, oh, I didn't want to play Siege with my friends. Siege was hilarious with Blake and Zach. But it got to the point where if I'm not playing it online, and I'm only playing it once a week, maybe, with Zach and Blake, was it worth the $60? Is it worth putting my time into? So, that, not so much. As far as what I can play right now with the limited internet, it's mostly offline games. I got some still downloaded that haven't needed updating. The games like the first couple videos that will be on here is a game called U-Boat. It's fun, but it's one of those games where it's a lot of managing of the ship, and it's like 80% managing the ship and the crew, and maybe like 20% actual combat, and even then the combat is targeting torpedoes at transport vessels, which means you can either wait 10 minutes for your crew to give you a target solution, or you can do it yourself and do math and calculate angles on the map, which is super great for content, just watching Anthony play with a protractor on the screen. But I do enjoy playing that game, and I think it will be fun to kind of navigate the challenge of editing that video to make it interesting. And I'll probably suck at it the first few videos, but hey, how else am I going to learn? Other games like, offline story games like even some of the old Medal of Honors or Call of Duties, I have downloaded just for nostalgia's sake. I'll probably do some, just play through the campaign on some of those for fun. Some city building type management games I really like. There's, God, this is going to sound, I feel such a nerd sharing all this. Anyway, there's a game I really like called Transport Fever. It's kind of my, de-stress game mostly. It's basically city skylines, but with an emphasis on transporting goods and people. It's fun for me. I personally like it. It's basically a virtual model train set is the best way I can describe it. And it's just very cathartic to build and organize and plan logistics and all that ridiculous stuff. So I'm not saying that these are going to be, top #1 trending videos on YouTube, but it is going to be, I think it's going to be fun for me to have a little bit of an outlet. Now, long term, I don't plan on being, the next insert your favorite famous YouTuber with more than, 1,000 subscribers here. But, I would like to have a little fun with this. I would like to see it develop into something else. And I think over my trials with doing this on and off over the last several years, I think honestly where my strength lies long term would be to move to something like Twitch. I think, and again, I'm very bad at self-promotion and self-recognizing things I'm good at most of the time because it makes me sound like a conceited asshole when I try to point out my good points. But I think based on what people have told me about myself, I'm a good storyteller. I'm funny. I'm good with people. I think that lends itself better to someone who is doing something live, like streaming, being able to talk and communicate with a chat, play games with people live, have that real world, real time interaction, as opposed to something like YouTube. And again, it's not that I don't want to do YouTube, it's just I think my skills are better suited there, where I know there's an audience, where I'm talking and messing around with an audience, as opposed to like I'm doing right now, sitting in my living room in my desk chair, staring at an empty room, talking into this microphone, trying to keep a solid string of thoughts and ideas flowing out of my mouth. So it's not perfect. So I don't know. Long term, do I think this is ever going to be something that's like a career? No. Would I like to do it as a hobby for fun? Yes. Would I like people who enjoy it to come along for the journey, and form a tiny little bubble of people who enjoy what it is I do? Absolutely. And that's part of the biggest step of this was sharing this with you, whoever you are, whether you found it on YouTube randomly or you are a friend of mine that I sent this to over some form of social media. Regardless of how cringy it is to see that, oh, your friend has a YouTube channel, oh my god, that's so dumb, it's life. It's something I want to do. I know that there are some of you out there that are going to message me and go, dude, this is dumb, you're stupid. I can think of some specific people, but I won't name them, who are like, dude, really, this is what you're doing in your free time? But hey, to each his own. I just want to have fun. I really, despite what I said at the beginning, I do enjoy doing this. I do enjoy creating the videos and stuff. I need to be better about doing it for my own enjoyment than doing it to try and fit the mold that YouTube is now, because of, if anybody watches YouTube regularly, or maybe some of you have dabbled in YouTube, you know that it's not what it was. It's very different now. You have to be very aware of copyright and what you say and what you do and how the algorithm works. And I tried to figure that all out, and it overwhelmed me, and that's why I failed the first time. Number one, don't do anything racist, and don't use copyrighted music, and have fun. That's basically my 3 goals, is to not get sued for defamation, use of private property. Oh god. Anyway, so yeah, that's that. There are a couple other ideas floating around my mind that I would like to try, but it's going to take me making a lot of big changes in my life, including moving out of the place I'm in into someplace else with some good friends of mine. Some of those ideas involve maybe long-term a podcast of some sorts. But that, again, is going to take time, money, and energy, which I have only one or two of those things right now, and not all at the same time. So, yeah. But for now, the plan is to upload some videos on this channel, try to do it regularly, try to make it something that I'm enjoying doing, and that's not going to stress me out. And if you are so inclined, and this is going to be the most stereotypical YouTube bullshit that you will ever hear, if you feel like you want to support me in this little side hobby, or you just want to see how cringy I can make a video because, oh god, some of them were bad. Oh god, I don't even want to say this because it's going to sound super, super cringy, but if you want to follow me along on this, please subscribe. Please hit the subscribe button. Like, comment, and follow, and subscribe. Oh my god, this is embarrassing. Anyway, yeah, if you want to follow me along on this ridiculous, stupid venture, please feel free to subscribe. If you want to make fun of me, go ahead and let loose in the comments below. Don't be racist or stupid. That's all I ask. Most of you who are watching this, who I linked it to directly, probably already follow me on, the social medias. But hey, follow me on the social medias because that's a thing you say to people in 2019. So yeah, if you really want to have a good time and really, really want to make fun of me, grab some popcorn and watch some of the old videos because, oh dear Christ, some of them are just embarrassing. I can't believe I just told you to go watch this. Yeah, go watch them and leave comments in them and tell me how stupid I am because I probably deserve it and you're probably right. So I'm gonna stop rambling now. Like I said, not super great at talking into a microphone by myself. Anyway, so thanks for watching this rambling, nonsensical bullshit that I call a video. Hopefully you want to join me on this little adventure. Thank you for your time. Have a great day, and I'll see you later.